Hello and welcome. Today we are starting off with forgiveness is the key to freedom. I often ask clients, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? We all have the opinions on who was right and who was wrong according to our own perceptions. And we can all find ways to justify our feelings. We want to punish others for what they did to us. However, we are the ones running the story over and over in our minds. It is foolish for us to punish ourselves in the present because someone hurt us in the past. To release the past, we want to be willing to forgive, even if we don't know how. Forgiveness means giving up our hurtful feelings and just letting the whole thing go. A state of non-forgiveness actually destroys something within ourselves. No matter what avenue of spirituality you follow, you will usually find that forgiveness is an enormous issue at any time, but most particularly when there is an illness. When we are ill, we really need to look around and see who it is we need to forgive. And usually, the very person who we think we will never forgive is the one we need to forgive the most. Not forgiving someone else doesn't harm the person in the slightest, but it plays havoc with us. The issues are not theirs, the issues are ours. The grudges and hurts you feel have to do with forgiving yourself, not someone else. Affirm that you are totally willing to forgive everyone. I am willing to free myself from the past. I am willing to forgive all those who have ever harmed me, and I forgive myself for having harmed others. If you think of anyone who may have harmed you in any way at any point in your life, bless that person with love and release him or her, then dismiss the thought. I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't forgiven the people who have hurt me. I would not want to punish myself today for what they did to me in the past. I am not saying that it would be easy. It's just that now I can look back at that stuff and say, oh yes, that's something that happened. However, I don't live there anymore. It is not the same thing as condoning their behavior. If you feel ripped off by another, know that nobody can take anything from you that is rightfully yours. If it belongs to you, it will return to you at the right time. If something doesn't come back to you, it wasn't meant to. You need to accept it and go on with your life. To become free, you need to get out of your self-righteous resentment and off your pity potty. I love this expression, which originated with Alcoholics Anonymous, because it is such a wonderful, accurate description. When you are sitting on your pity potty, you are this helpless person who has no power at all. In order to have power, you have to stand on your own 2 feet and take responsibility. Now take a moment and close your eyes and imagine a beautiful stream of water in front of you. Take the old, painful experience, the hurt, and the unforgiveness, and put the whole incident in the stream. See it begin to dissolve and drift downstream until it totally dissipates and disappears. Try to do this exercise as often as you can. This is a time for compassion and healing. Go within and connect with that part of yourself that knows how to heal. You are incredibly capable. Be willing to go to new levels to find capabilities of which you were not aware. Not to just cure dis-ease. but to truly heal yourself on all possible levels. To make yourself whole in the deepest sense of the word. To accept every part of yourself and every experience you have ever had, and to know that is all part of the tapestry of your life this time around. I love Emmanuel's book. There is a passage in it which has a good message. The question to Emmanuel is, how do we experience painful circumstances without becoming embittered by them? And Emmanuel's reply is, by seeing them as lessons and not as retribution. Trust life, my friends. However far afield life seems to take you, this trip is necessary. You have come to traverse a wide terrain of experience in order to verify where truth lies and where your distortion is in that terrain. You will then be able to return to your home center, your soul self, refreshed and wiser. If only we could understand that all of us, our so-called problems, are just opportunities for us to grow and to change, and that most of them come from the vibrations that we have been giving off. All we really need to do is change the way we think, be willing to dissolve the resentment, and be willing to forgive. Well, isn't that just fucking rad? Chapters like this, straight to the point, simplistic, but yet so intertwined. How cool. I had a moment to pull away from the realities of the world. There's some work going on one of the main roads that I go home on. And, there's only one lane, so lots of cars pile up on either side until all the other cars come through. I rolled the window down and saw all the cars passing me by. And I was, you want to go at that point. But my body was so content. And I had such an understanding of the metaphor that I was experiencing. The simplicity of understanding that we cannot always keep going whenever we want to. Sometimes things that we are holding on to are holding us back. People that we're unwilling to forgive, we're unwilling to forgive ourselves. But then having that moment of rolling down that window, seeing the possibilities of if I release where I could go, and knowing that I'm also not alone, because I wasn't the only one in that line. I had a moment of clarity and realization of my part that I play in my life, which is the main role. And then if I'm unwilling to forgive others, I'm unwilling to forgive myself, and vice versa. And then obviously, the stop sign, slow, take it easy, is you coming into yourself when you release what you were holding on to so tight from the past. And you slowly start to go, right? You're going, woohoo! And then you see the other side of people are having to do exactly what you just had to do. And I just kept my window down and I said, you're almost there. I believe in you. Keep going. Keep going. You can do it. How cool. We're all doing the same thing, living this life, going through change. We just have different perspectives. different views of our reality, but we all are on this planet. Today's power thought was about change. The affirmation is things are always working out for me because I am adaptable and I am resilient to change. Today, I honor myself for past hurts that I may have felt from others and ones that I have self-inflicted on myself. Today is a day for forgiveness. Today is a day that you honor yourself for being a student. And above all, you are worthy and you are loved. And until next time.